What's up, Lions? It's your boy Mason Jyree. If you're new to the Lions, then welcome, welcome, and welcome. How y'all feeling, Lions? How y'all feeling? I know it's been a minute since I came in here and I vibe with y'all. I know it's been a minute since we came in here and talked. I know, but I told y'all that's how things were gonna be. I told y'all that's how things were gonna be moving forward. Did I not? All right then. So yeah, so you gotta make sure. You gotta make sure that you got me on Instagram. You gotta make sure that you got me on TikTok. You gotta make sure that you got me on every other platform, okay? Because you never know when I'm dropping. You never know when I'm, you just never know. So with that being said, Lions, how y'all feel about Ain't No Love Away FR? The streams, everything is doing very good. Everything is doing very good. The sales, the buys, all the different type of stuff. Y'all really showed out for me. And continue to show out. Don't stop showing, God. If you have not already got Ain't No Love Away FR, go ahead and purchase it. Go ahead and purchase it and tell your baby cousin, sister, mama Tracy to purchase it too, because we doing big things in the Lions Den, all right? We doing big things in the Lions Den. So I'm pretty sure y'all want to know what's been going on today. I made a couple of announcements and I've deleted them. I'm pretty sure y'all are wondering what's going on with Mason's YouTube channel. It's so much, transforming as far as just the look, the overall presentation, everything like that. We're really stepping into a new era. I would like to say we're elevating, but we could just say we're stepping into a new era. So I'm pretty sure y'all saw the announcement I made where I'm pretty sure y'all saw the announcement I made where I said, yesterday I told y'all that I have a song coming out. But y'all saw the snippet. Y'all saw the snippet already. So I have a song coming out called Bigger in January 7th to be exact. All right. Bigger is very much so that guy. He's very much so that guy. So if I'm being real with y'all, I'm pretty sure I'm getting to a point. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together to really figure out how I want to say it. But I'm pretty sure I know some of y'all are like, why did he have it up and then he deleted it? Why did he have this up and he deleted it? Okay, so I'm going to be real with y'all. This is what really happened. The song, my song Wildin' Out, that's coming out on 12/12. It's coming out on 12/12/25. I had already submitted that to the distributor. So if I'm being honest with you, I recorded that song earlier this year. It was either earlier this year or end of last year. And I logged back into my account that I was, my DAW account, and I listened to the song and I was like, it's not perfect, but I like it. So the next morning, like, I submitted it and everything. I submitted it right then and there. So I heard it earlier that day. I was like, I'm gonna release this. And I put it out. So the next morning when I woke up, I listened to it and I'm like, this shit is not good. This don't sound good. Like the minor inconveniences I was gonna look over, when I heard it again, I was like, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. So the problem is my distributor, they're not going to take it down. They're not gonna take it down. So the song has to come out. All right. So that's just the thing. So I didn't know they were gonna accept Wildin' Out. I didn't know they were gonna accept it. Because I hadn't got an email or anything, I went ahead and announced Bigger for 01/07/26. So that's there. I just want to clear up the confusion because I know y'all probably like why he dropped it in. Yeah, and I know y'all were commenting on it and stuff like that. So why he dropped it in? Yeah, I did say clearing up the confusion. We talk about how everybody else can do it but me. Everybody else can go click the link in the bio but me. Everybody else can go say this but me. Everybody else can do it like but me. It's like, get over yourself. Get over it. All right? For real, for real. So that's that. And just know, if they dropped off, they were never meant to be a part of the Lions Den anyway. So that's that. So I just want to clear up the confusion because I know y'all, it was hella comments on that, and I did delete it. So yeah, that is that. But everything has to be strategic. That was my fault for not looking at my email sooner. I did not look at my email for them to say they approved the song, but they did approve it. So it will be coming out 12/12. It's not coming down, even with the imperfections, even with the stuff I don't like in it. I have no choice. It's coming out. Like, yeah, so that's that. That's that, man. Like, dang. Okay, so moving on. So we got Bigger coming out in January. I want y'all to know Bigger is giving big budget. big budget. Blake is, I'm pretty sure y'all know Blake is. Blake is commented on my Instagram. He was like, you know, Mason cast me. I said, Blake, this isn't a movie. This isn't a movie. This is for a music video. This is for a music video. So that's that. So if you have not checked it out, go check it out. If you're wondering why you're here right now, you're listening to Mason Jyree, the world-renowned Mason Jyree. If you didn't know me, now you know me. Get into me. I feel like we spent our whole y'all saw me spend my whole past 4 or 5 months proving. Now I'm not proving, I'm just existing. All right? I'm not proving, I'm just existing. So one thing about me is that when nobody else was looking, I kept going. That's why I made it this far. That's why I made it this far. It's something very important, you know, I want to talk to y'all about as I take time back to my life and as I pour back into myself and, you know, all those good things that I'm doing right now. You know, it's some people who feel as though, like, just the people who are jealous or the people who are envious of me or who are jealous, you know, it's some people who feel as though, like, why does he shine like that? Why does he do it like that? And I had to really come to, you know, really realize, like, the stuff I have been through in life, just outside of my music, outside of everything that I've done, people want to shine bright like me. They want the je ne sais quoi that I have, but they don't want to go through the suffering I went through to shine like this. Nala, please. In order to shine bright, you have to go through some very turbulent times. And when you have purpose for real, it's a lot of people who feel as though that it can't be me because they don't see it for themselves. A lot of people feel like they couldn't have kept going when nobody else was looking, so they knocked me. A lot of people don't see themselves chasing their dream like I chase my dream, so they don't want to pour into it. They say, oh, that's not real, that's not achievable. All because their brain can't fathom it, you know? Or a lot of people, when they meet me, they and this is despite everything I've done, people still meet me on the, you know, on the every day to day. And some people are like suspicious of me, for real. Like, I noticed that people are like, they're like, you know, because they can tell there's something about me, but they can't quite put their finger on it. So most people, when they can't quite put their finger on it, they try to compartmentalize you into this box. And most of the time, because of how I look, my aesthetic, it's a negative box. It's you know, a negative box that I'm not going to be in. I will never be in, and nobody who looks my caliber should be in. If you want to know what I mean by the look, I look like a hood nigga, you know, but I'm very profound, very much elegant, poised, all that good old stuff right there. But to the average dumb person, and I call them dumb because if you feel like you can look at every black man and feel as though we're all the same, then you're very much so dumb. If you feel like because of my aesthetic or where I come from that I'm a certain type of way, then that's a little ignorant. Very much so. So if you don't understand being judged or people, it's like people don't want to give me my props because people sometimes they don't want me to feel too cocky. Like, it's like, and little people know I don't need to feel cocky. I have an inner confidence about myself. I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So people, they want to tell me, wow, you're really eating it up. But part of them feels as though, oh, I don't want to gas his head up. I already know who I am. You won't be gassing me up. You will just be confirming who I am, like I already know. A lot of people, they don't want me to feel as though I'm that guy because they want to see me on a certain level. They want to see me on a certain level and it's the level that I'm not bigger than them. I'm not better than them. And I want to let those people know a rude awakening. I will be bigger than you. I am bigger than you. And I say that because going against me is going against the good. Okay? A lot of people over the years and over my life, even from my tone of voice, my demeanor, my nature, how I come off, they feel as though they know me. They feel as though I'm just this person, you know, like just rough around the edges. Like, they feel like they have me figured out. And when they actually get to read the book, when they actually get to, like, unwind me, they're like, wow, you're not who I thought you were. You're not who I thought you were at all. So that's very much so important. I'm just looking at my life, where I'm going, and even despite, because I'm still reaching to the top, because I'm still reaching towards success, I still get met with certain stuff every day. I still get met with certain people discriminating against me, you know, just certain little stuff like that. Or people thinking I'm not who I am. And by that I mean, just because of my aesthetic, when I go certain places, people feel as though I'm slanging, like I'm trapping. You know what I mean? People feel like I'm trapping, just because of how, you know, because of how I look and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just like, yeah. Very grateful for the time that I'm going through. Very grateful for everything that I'm learning. It's a lot of people. I have a lot of had a lot of people close to me who I feel as though they doubted me. They didn't. If I'm being real with y'all, I feel like it's people. I had people around me. Who they didn't believe in my success. They gave me the type of attitude. I'll believe it when I see it. People try to handle my success as in, well, I believe it when I see it. People feel as though because I don't have hundreds of thousands of that I don't have people who really rock with me. You know what I'm saying? People feel as though that because I don't have hundreds of thousands and millions of followers that people don't really rock with me. People feel as though a lot of people, they don't see success before you become the it. They only see it when you become the it. They don't know what you went through the years before. People, everybody that you see at the top of the game right now, I bet you it was years before you have to go through stuff in life. Nobody just becomes it unless you're put in a situation where you know people who, you know what I'm saying? Nobody just becomes it. So people only support success when it's in the multitude. People only support success when it's in a bulk, or when it's like, massive amounts of people supporting this one person. So I feel as though the people that I had around me, even if I'm being real with y'all, if I'm just being even honest, like, just very honest, because I know y'all gonna come back and listen to it later on. Even my grandmama, my nana, she gave me the type of attitude when it came to my career for a while. Well, I believe it when I see it. You talking about this, you talking about that, I believe it when I see it. I feel like I had a lot of friends beside me who, they gave me this type of attitude when it came to my career. I believe it when I see it. It's like when I would talk about me being successful in a few years, they would get happy, they would talk about it. When I would talk about the moments, like the regular moments, like, just now, they wouldn't pour into it. So a lot of people, they want to just, like I said, a lot of people, they see something within me, but they don't want to give me my props. I don't know what it is about people. I don't know if they feel like I'm going to be too cocky, or I'm too this, I'm too that. Little do they know, whether they give me my props or not, I'm still going to be me. Okay? That's the thing. Little do you know, if you give me my props or not, I'm still going to do my big one. I'm still going to, I'm still going to do me. Yeah. I feel like it's some people, especially like ex friends and stuff like that. Some of them felt like once I left them, or once we were done, that I was done with this. Some people felt like this was a phase, as if my music artistry was a sexuality. Y'all didn't hear what I said though. Y'all didn't hear me. What's up, Ari? I said some people treated me making music as if a phase of someone's sexuality. People thought it was just a phase. People thought that me doing what I'm doing, people wanted me to fall off, so therefore they wouldn't have a reason to be motivated. It doesn't matter if you're the only one here or not. When the video posts, everybody comes to it. If you're new to the Lions Den, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do not be surface level, and do not. Even when one person was looking, I still kept going. When nobody was looking, I kept going. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah. That's that. So, yeah. I see we got some new people in the Lions Den. I just want to let y'all know this. Listen, I don't give a damn, and I'm gonna be one of the biggest, richest, most wealthiest artists in the world. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000. Y'all get so blinded by surface level hype, by just the numbers. It's weird. It's like weird. It's kind of give me, are you okay? Like, slow. So that's that. Like, that's that. All right. That's that. I don't care about. Am I the only person in here? We've been on live for 15 minutes. We've been on live for going on 15 minutes. Stop making comments like that. If you're new to the Lions, then you just are new. But when it come down to it, this is a regularly scheduled program. The people gonna tune in. Go back and check for me. You will see the numbers come in. It's something called slow burn success, organic hype, real numbers. I would never let them trick me out of my spot. Nobody will ever make me feel bad or any type of thing when I've built and I'm building everything I have over here, and it's mine. I own it. A lot of people can't say they own what they have out. So let's talk about it. So with that being said, I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000 or 10,000. I'm still gonna keep doing me. I'm still gonna keep doing me. Y'all ever, you know, I don't know how many of y'all was in theater, but I was in theater. If one person came to the play, you still did the whole show. All right. If 10 people came, you still did the whole show. If it was a packed out house, you still did the whole show. So that's that. That's that. And you want to know one thing I'm sick of? I'm sick of people not being able to take me. I'm sick of feeling as though I have to dim myself down for somebody to be able to take me. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's their problem. If you can't take me, that's your problem. Because I'm one of the nicest, the most realist. I just don't take no shit. Just don't take no shit. And you ain't finna play with me. And that goes for anybody and everything. So, yeah. I'm tired of feeling like I gotta walk on eggshells. I'm tired of feeling as though I'm tired of like clearing it up. Like if you feel like I'm cocky, I'm cocky. If you feel like I'm arrogant, I guess I am. I guess so. Even though I know myself, I know who I am as a person, and I know a lot of people that call people cocky and arrogant are people who have insecurities within themselves that they need to work on. For real, for real, for real. I'm forefront like this with it because I spent my whole life in a bubble. I spent my whole life catering to other people down to the tone of my voice, how I looked, how I walked, what I did. If you can't take me, it's not meant for you to take me. Because I'm meant to be taken. All right? I'm meant to be taken. I'm not one of the people who just on here talking to talk. All right? It just is what it is. Due time will show y'all. He was talking and he backed it up. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it, but he did it. I'm going to do it. I don't just talk to talk. I say real facts, real stuff. But I'm tired of feeling as though I have to walk on eggshells and where I keep the lights on at. I keep the lights on at officialmasonjyree.com. You either got to get to know me, and there's so many people out there, but you either got to get to know me or not. It just is, and that's one thing I like about my organic success, because too many people is overwhelming. Too many people coming through. I be forgetting people still figuring me out every day, so sometimes I be getting a little lost, but it gets a little overwhelming. But to the people who are new and coming to the den, I'm not bracing myself. If you don't get the lingo, if you don't understand the lion's den, if you don't get all that, everybody else can have the hive, the beehive. They can have all that other stuff, but when it comes to me, it's a problem. Get with the program. I know I don't look like it, but I'm a pop star. I know it looks very hood. It looks very, yeah. Get into it or get lost. It's that simple. Because from moving forward, just this whole era of my life, just going forward with everything, I'm not bracing myself. And I feel like people get so tired of hearing things like this era of my life, but I'm one of those people, I mean it. A lot of people talk about new year, new me, new era. No, I'm finna show y'all. Show them anyway, at least. But I'm not bracing myself anymore. I'm not walking on eggshells, or I'm not feeling as though I need to explain myself or anything like that. If you're new to the Lions Den and you don't know this, we were going live. You know, we were going live. But that's been cut out. That's been cut out. Humbly, I'm elevating. Humbly, I'm elevating. And if you can't take it, you can't take it. But personally, I feel as though if you can't take me, you're a hater. You are a hater, because I'm one of the most realist. One of the most realist. And I'm gonna say that one more time for the 3 that dropped off. I'm one of the most realist. Maybe they ain't never had anybody real in their life before. I know a lot of people, when they meet me, they're kind of taken aback because they don't think I'm real. Just how my personality, how I give it off. People meet me and they think it's a facade. They think when they meet me, I'm a whole different person. And this is how I am. This is how I am. So to the ones that dropped off, you are meant to get it. One thing about me, I'm not begging. I know that I'm meant to succeed in this industry. I know that I'm meant to succeed, and I know that the people who are going to support me are going to come. I know that. So I don't have to beg. I don't have to do too much. I know my purpose. I know what I'm put here to do. And I feel like when you get to saying things like my purpose, and people get to being like, they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. Maybe they haven't tapped into their purpose, but things like that are still very important. Knowing who you are, knowing what you want to do, and all the different type of stuff like that. I personally feel as though, because it's me, just that, you know, how I carry myself, to a person who is not secure, they would have an opinion. They would have an opinion about it, you know. And I'm saying that because even through the tone of my voice, sometimes I can't even get a sentence out without people, you know, because I'm talking and I pick up on the numbers. I know when I say certain stuff and I do certain stuff and it's, you know, certain stuff like that. You know, it's just that you're not going to get a you're not gonna get a like, don't come over here expecting to see any other nigga in me. And I'm sorry to keep it like that, you know, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Just is what it is. Don't come over here expecting anybody else but Mason Jyree. And hey, if you get it and you realize this ain't what you like, that's fine, because I bet you somebody that like it. Matter of fact, I know it's 10,000 other people that like it. I know. So I don't care. Part of me, I used to care. I used to care if people like me. I used to care about people's opinions. I used to care about this, care about that. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. At all. Give me 1 second, Lions. I feel like sometimes, just because of how I give it up, people feel like it's a fluke, or it's, you know, I'm just on here, like I say, just talking, or I'm just on here just, they forget who I am, like, they forget what I'm doing. Singer, songwriter, actor, author, producer. I don't know if it's because of the authoritativeness in my voice. Hello. What's up, what's up, all the new lines in the den, what's up. Now, why y'all didn't like the video? Y'all commenting, but y'all ain't liking. And this is something I want to talk about. This is something I want to talk about for real, okay? While we here. This is something I want to talk about. If I was on here showing my body, just doing the most, the numbers would be going crazy. If I was on here being salacious, if I was on here, you know, just doing, you know, just too much, the numbers would be going crazy. If I was on here and I had this pretty cookie cutter image, the numbers will be going crazy. But because I'm me, and because I don't look like your typical person who does this, the people who are not supposed to be in the den get a little shook up. They get a little shook up. It should be, give me 1 second, lines. It should be you vibe with me to vibe with me. All right? And I'm going to be honest with you. Some way a person. You want to know something? I stutter to think. I'm glad you said it. And that's, if I'm being real, I just want people to be woke. If I'm being honest with you, be woke and understand. Just get it. Literally, absolutely, 1,000%. You're absolutely. Society has carved out the way they think people are supposed to appear, and because I don't appear like the average pop star. Don't get me wrong, handsome, nice, thick, but I'm not tall. I'm not light skinned, and I'm not, you know, I'm like stocky. You know, I'm stocky slim. I'm not skinny slim. So you don't really see this type of, you know, you don't really see this like that. So when I get on here, people meet me and they, you know, they hear how I talk or how I come off and stuff like that. They're like, ugh. Some people get repulsed. Some people are like, ugh, I can't take it. And some people are like, they're intrigued. They're like, wow, you know, I want to know more. But ultimately, I have to speak up about stuff like that because I'm in this position and I'm just in this position. And yeah, that's a true fact. I know for a fact if I was on here showing my body, if I was on here, you know, pretty boy, you know, y'all know what it is. Y'all know if I was on here pretty boy just showing my body all the time and stuff like that, the numbers will be going crazy. The numbers will be going crazy. Because let's just take for instance, because y'all, I'm very much, I just sit back and I watch society, like for real. I just sit back and I watch stuff. If you get on TikTok, you know, the most people that are really supported are like just the most people that are supported are like Yes, but seeing I most definitely, I most definitely, I wish you so much success. I started to think, I wish you so much love and so much success because you literally have said something so great to me. That's literally what I intend to do, attracting my true people. And that's what I've been doing thus far. And that's why I love it. And that's why I get on here and I talk the way I do. Um, so yeah, that's that. Give me 1 second. It kind of gets annoying sometimes, even for like, if I'm just giving y'all an example, when it comes down to like how I've had certain friends and certain people, just people in general, project this idea onto me that they can do it but I can't, um, or like other people can do it but I can't. So I remember I would show some of my my people my singing, my songs or whatever, and they'd be like, your voice is so high, like your voice is higher than how you talk, and it would just be like, okay, well, Miguel's voice is higher than when he talks. Chris Brown's voice is higher than he when he talks. Prince's voice is Michael Jackson's sung higher than when he talked. So why, when it's me, a brown-skinned husky boy from the upstate of South Carolina, it's a problem? Why? Why why is it a problem? Maybe am I not talking? Am I not being enough hood? That's the crazy part. Is like I got the hood aesthetic. It's like I'm hood enough for him, but I'm not. So it's weird. Um, it's just weird. It's weird stuff. It's weird stuff. But it's like ultimately I wouldn't trade it for the world. If I'm being real with you, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my skin. I love my body. I love my height. I love all of that about myself. But I can't sit up here and not say that. I know for a fact if I was on here shirtless, light skinned, pretty boy, TikTokish vibe, the numbers would be going up. But then really and truly, would y'all really care? Would y'all really give a damn about my music? Like, would y'all really give a damn about my TV show? Would y'all really give a damn? And that's the whole point. I don't like surface layer stuff. I don't like surface level stuff. And I feel like everybody is so surface level. If it's not pretty, if it's not shining, if it's not glowing, if it doesn't appear to have a lot of things following it, or a lot of people don't want it until they find out that they should have. Until they find out that what they didn't want, they should have wanted it all along. A lot of people, if you really sit back and you understand pop culture, stuff like that, you'll see the people who are up now won't be up in a little while. The people who are working in like 2015 are thriving now. Whether they be YouTubers, like whoever they are, people who have been working for years are thriving now. The people who just they were like, yeah, I want to do it, and boop, bop, 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 bop. It just don't work like that. Most of the time, superstars go through a lot of shit, a lot of struggle, a lot of Let's take Doechii for instance. Y'all, literally, how she was broken, all that. Doechii had been making music for years before she reached a certain point. And you have certain people saying she's an industry plant, she's this, she's that, but no, it's not that she's an industry plant. People don't give a fuck until the world gives a fuck, and it's weird. People don't care about they don't care about it. They don't care about authenticity. They don't care about loving their artists. They don't care about liking their artists. They just care about, oh, if this person likes them, I'm gonna like them too. If my homie said that music, if my sister said that music good, that music is good, and I love it. People don't really think individuality. People don't really sit back and say, do I really like that song? Do I really like this? Like, do I really like this? It's got to a point with me because of just how I know stuff is set up. Even people who society or other people would scroll over. If I see they have a low like count, I'm liking the video and I'm commenting under it because I know my name, my presence, my comments carry weight. And I want you to know that somebody sees you. I know a lot of people walk around and they scroll past your videos like they don't see you, but I see you. And I'm only saying that because people have tried to do the same things to me. People have tried to convince me that I'm not who I am. I feel like a lot of people, they didn't want. And when I say people, I mean my life, because I'm not the general public. My life. Um, People around me growing up, they didn't want me to see me because they knew once I found out who I was gonna be a problem. And now that I found out I'm a problem. But not in an overzealous way or egotistical way. I know who I am, and that's that. That's that. That is that, and it's not changing. Give me 1 second, lines. let's look at people like let's look at people like I can't even yeah, we're not doing it right now. But yeah, it definitely much so affects me. It definitely more so affects me. And the fact that I'm kind of like independent. Let me not say independent, but hold up, wait. Hold up, he done said something powerful. I didn't even see this. He said, thank you. He said, thank you, and I wish you all the life and success you deserve. Thank you so much. Keep your head up. And he said, this is something very powerful. This is what I be trying to tell you all the time, Lions. He said, you have a strong sound conviction in your voice. Literally, that's what I try to tell you all the time. So sometimes when I say certain stuff, people don't believe me because of the authoritative tone or the certain oof that come behind my voice. Or people don't, they feel like, who is he? Or like, wait, what? Like, what he got going on? So the fact that you said that is very much so. A lady told me a long time ago, she said, it's your voice. She said, your voice is going to make you millions. She said, your voice, whether you're singing, whether you're doing some voiceovers, is very powerful. So I thank you for that. I would never compare myself to others, you know, and it's human nature. I can't help but look around and say, hey, I see this person is here. Why aren't I there? You know, and I really appreciate you for saying there's only one me, and I'm gonna continue to be the best me. You know, if you stick around in the Lions, then you'll definitely see that woman, man, it's all fine. I really appreciate you. And if I say man or something, that's just how I talk. You know, I'd be like, man, girl, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I vibe with you, and I swear, that's one of my best, one of the most sweetest comments I've ever got. You know, it's real. It's real and it's not surface level. And you speaking facts because I know I have a certain conviction within my voice. And I was just born like this. I don't know. I don't know. If I'm being real, I feel like my voice makes people want to. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. I just know it. I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's my voice and I use it. You know. So I really appreciate you. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I promise you. You are good. You're good. You're good. So that's that. You know, I take the time to really come on here and vibe with my people like I do. You know, that was very. I'm kind of like not through the moon, but I'm appreciative of that. Yeah, I really do, because it's been a lot of times where people said I wasn't gonna be. They denied literally what they saw within me, and they denied it. So it's like, yeah, to have a stranger say that, it means a lot. It means a lot. Means a lot. Give me 1 second, y'all. My thing is making sure that people who have felt not valued, not seen, not heard, they feel that through me. Because my demeanor now gives off it guy, you know, it gives off like that guy, you know, but it was a time in my life where I was not picked. I was not valued. I was not heard. People used to call me fat, ugly, you know, like stuff like that. Like I was not who I am now. So I can't forget the people who are still walking around at the versions of themselves that they don't want to be at or they don't love, and how society treats them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm intrigued because I'm intrigued. I'm interested in who you are and what you have to say. I really must really appreciate that. You know, the lives are slowing down because things are picking up. But yeah, I still will be here. You got to make sure you get me on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah. So that is that. That is that. I just want to make sure people feel seen and valued and heard, because looks don't mean a thing. The society that we live in, and it, like, people don't want to hear it because it's so true. People that like they don't want to hear it because it's so true. But everything is so surface level. Everything is so popcorn, you know, mentality. Meaning, I want to put it in the oven and take it out right now. And I'm glad you can relate to me. And honestly, if I'm being real with you, that's why I do this. That's why I do this. That's why I've always done this. And people, you know, have tried to come along the way and try to speed me up and try to make me move quicker than what I want to move, or make me do it quicker than what I want to do. But these connections right here is what I do it for. This is what I do it for. So it's like, I don't care about the opinions of people outside. They feel like how I should do it. This is my life and what I've been through. I was the one that was outcast. I was the one people didn't pick. I was the one that people said wasn't going to be anything. I was the one that the girls called fat and stuff like that. I was the one, like, that was me. Like, nobody can talk to anybody else about their life but their person. So that's that. I feel like it would be a disservice of myself and others to rise within myself, but not only in my career, not talk about where I've come from and just how I was treated along the way, because people still are being treated like that along the way. Just for people being bigger or darker or whatever they may have you. And I'm not even, that dark. I'm mocha. I wasn't even that big, but I was big. So like, yeah, yeah. Um, and people don't also talk about, like you just said, coming into adulthood. Like, people don't talk about just coming into adulthood and being a young man, a young man that, or a young woman, whoever you are. Because I only speak from my perspective, or whoever they are. But just being big, or being bigger as a child or a young adult, and then becoming an adult that gets skinny. It's like a weird mental effect. It's like this whole you kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of had me be a little mean to people because I really didn't know who to trust. Or I really didn't know who to vibe with, not because I didn't trust them, but because of my insecurity within myself. And I can say that maybe society made me more insecure, but I was just insecure within myself. So that's that. That's that. I talk the way I do, and I come off how I come off because if I'm being real, I deserve to. I deserve to be cocky. I deserve to talk my junk. Because it's people that literally thought I wouldn't. It's people who literally, they wanted me to stay in a quiet, submissive like box. They didn't want me to tap into who I am for real. They wanted me to be quiet, meek, not speak up, let everything slide. They didn't want me to really see who I am and who I really, they didn't want me to see my truest potential, honestly. Very much so. Very much so. I remember being in high school and stuff like that, and I had a gap too. I had a gap. So I just graduated high school like 6 years ago, y'all. I was literally going to school to be a teacher, and then I became a pop star. So boo-boo. But I remember in high school, girls would literally be like, he's ugly. Like, he's ugly. Girls would tell me, they'd be like, he's ugly. I remember like sometimes I would like, and if I'm having a very vulnerable moment with y'all, that's why, like, it's like I like women, but because of just how things were like done when I was like younger and growing up, I'm intimidated by them a little bit. Like, because like, and it's like now they really like me a lot, but it's like I'm intimidated by them a little bit just because of like the things that were said to me growing up, or like how some of them would be like, I'm finna give you my number, and it's not their number, and it's like now I'm attractive, and now they talk to me, but it's like I'm awkward. I'm like, I'm stuttering, or can't get the words out. It's just weird stuff. But yeah, I love embracing my masculinity with a sense of vulnerability. If I'm being honest with you, I love tapping into strong masculinity and strong vulnerability. Uh, because if I was any other way around, which I don't care, but if I didn't come on here and talk about the truth, talk about the things I've been through, people would just think I'm just talking. People would think I'm just egotistical, arrogant, just talking to talk. Like, somebody from around the way who just got a YouTube and they just want to get on here and do something. So that's that. But I'm not that. I have purpose. I have a lot of great things in store. I've been doing this. Been doing this. I've been doing this. So yeah, that's that. That's really that. And yeah, I value these moments. Give me 1 second, y'all. I value these moments because y'all, my haters have been outrageous, y'all. The things that have been said, it's when I say things like people didn't want me to make, they really didn't. Like, they didn't want me to make it. They didn't want me to get to this point. So I have to say that I'm happy. I'm grateful. Another thing, like when I speak about my gratitude, sometimes the numbers get a little wonky or whatever, but I'm grateful because yeah, like I don't even know why I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for one, for life, for two, for being talented, and for three, just I'm growing. Like I'm growing very much so, very much so. No, talk. You're good. Talk. I promise you, you're good. You're good. I'm very much so in touch with both sides. You know, I can easily. I don't know. I feel like I would be a perfect boyfriend. Like you know, if I had a girlfriend, you know, I'd be a great guy. Very sweet, very gentleman. But I'm also like very like I'm that guy. Like I'm that guy. So that's that. Um, yeah. And I feel like honestly, another thing I dealt with a lot of like you know a lot growing up is being ridiculed. You know, well not even just growing up, but just in general. You know, the past couple years, me going into my artistry and stuff like that, like being ridiculed for, um, I guess you can say like faking. Some people thought I was faking straight. Oh, DL. That's what it's called, DL. Some people thought I was DL. Some people thought I was faking straight. And I had to let them know, like, every woman that I've been with has known. You know, they've known. You know, they've known about me. I've told them, and just how men, a lot of men, like criticize me for being myself and being able to still pull women, and them being mad about it. Like you know, so I've dealt with a lot of that too. Like a lot of men, they want me to be friends with their girlfriends and stuff like that. So just you know, a bunch of different stuff. When I tell you, I've literally had this life where people have hated on me. And like for the first beginning part of my life, I didn't know why. I didn't know why. If I'm being real, when I like me being like 16, 17, 18, because I'm only 24, so I graduated high school by like 6 years ago. No, hold up. I graduated high school 8 years ago. Wow. Wow. Um, so that's that. So like then I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. I've dealt with a lot of stuff with like, you know, with jealousy, 100%. If I'm being real, I feel as though if I was a straight male, like you know, all the way straight, I feel like they would try to kill me, or like a lot of men would be jealous of me because of just how I don't know what it is about me, but I feel like a lot of men would be jealous about me if I was purely straight. If I'm just being honest, I feel like yeah, it would be some baby mama beef or like some tension and stuff like that. Um, everybody has always had an opinion about me, and looking back on it is because they saw the purpose within me. They just couldn't put their finger on it. They just couldn't put their finger on it. But so people have always had an opinion. Um, yeah, I know it's been a minute since I've come on live and like you know done this, but now there'll be longer lives. We'll be on here for a longer time instead of how we were doing it before. You know, fewer visits but more quality time. I'll say. I feel like when I look back and I think of just you know what I want to come from my life and what you know where I want to go, it's like yeah I got haters and stuff, but my life to come is gonna be even better. What I'm going to amass is gonna be even greater. It's gonna be even bigger. So it's like I can't worry about it. It was a time in my life where I would like try to not necessarily fight the haters or fight back, but like I would try to like defend myself all the time or you know da 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 da. It's like no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. And sometimes I forget who I am, if I'm being honest. And sometimes I very much so have a divine purpose. And if I'm having a real honest moment with you, like right now, um, you know, despite me being a singer, songwriter, actor, author, I'm a very spiritual being. And a lot of people, when I have a lot more lions on here, the numbers be dropping because people don't talk about that type of stuff. So when I say stuff like I have a divine purpose or everything is on divine timing, they don't know what I mean. They don't know. Like they don't know. Or like they feel like, oh, he's a fluke. He's just somebody on here trying to sell me spirituality. And I have to remind them, um, big facts. I have to remind them that it's not my job to sell them faith. Faith is for them. Your purpose is for you. It's my job to get into my message and to share my art. So that's that. I definitely walk in my divine purpose. Um, and I know that's why my life has been just the way it has been. It's been very much, like I've went through a lot, but I've also been protected. I've also been watched out for. Um, the things that I did go through, It wasn't messy. The public didn't eat me apart, you know. I was graciously carried through it. And where some people felt as though I should have been dragged out in the street and it should have been, you know, bigger than what it was, the divine felt otherwise. And I look at the same way to my success. My success is very divinely timed. It's organic. It's slow burn success, and it's meant to come in my life when I can handle it. You know, it's meant to come in my life gradually, not overwhelmingly. Not overwhelmingly. I'm a firm believer that if I were to have got success, you know, just bibbity boppity boo, I would lose it very quickly. I'm grateful for all of the times of me like struggling and like, you know, poverty. It's okay. It's meant for those. Exactly. 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 And if I'm being completely honest with you, I talk and I give them, you know, I say stuff like, you know, I guess you can say me clearing the air, but I honestly know the people who are meant for me are gonna be there for me. So I ain't gonna say I don't care, but I don't care because I know at the end of the day, the people who support me are people who are tapped in on my wavelength. They are very much people who are divinely guided as well. They have a divine purpose, and people feel like that category of people is so small. So some people feel like because of the people that support me, because it's not an open or big thing, that it's nothing. But it's like, no, I have loyal people, people who see me, people who understand me, people who resonate with me. I would much rather have a supporter base who sees me, understands me, than have the world pricking and prying me apart with nobody on my side. All right? That's the beauty of it all. Um, and humbly, when you see me, you're not just seeing just somebody else, you're seeing somebody walking in their purpose. You're seeing somebody walk in his purpose to inspire you to walk in yours, no matter what they say. And you always hear these speeches when people are winning these grand awards and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of times the average person in society thinks, oh, that's some fluff, I don't want to hear it. But no, no, I'm doing this to inspire. Because it's not about me at the end of the day. It's not about me. It's about, you know, I just talked to y'all about me being big in school. It's about that fat black kid in the back of the class. You know, the one that was overlooked, the one the people didn't pick, the one that the high school class already deemed, well, we kind of know where his life's gonna go. Somebody who has potential, but you know, that type of ordeal. And here I am, steady showing them up, showing them up. Resonance is very big to me. You know, if you look at the resonance and hype is just something that comes as quick as it comes, it leaves even quicker. But resonance is when people they feel you, they hear you, they see you, and that's deep to me. That's what I want. I don't want people just to hear one thing and they're like, yeah, that's it, and then next week or next month they don't even think about me anymore. I want people to actively know what I bring to the table, to actively know what I bring to the table and know that it's good-ish. Know that it ain't nothing bad. Know that it ain't nothing. It's simply meant to inspire. Something I realized about me and just my life, when I meet people, they're either inspired by me or they're intimidated. And the people who are intimidated, it goes like very left. It goes very wild. But the people who are inspired, they turn out to be great, great. And that's just that. A lot of my haters, a lot of people who said I wouldn't make it, I'm further than them right now. And the people who were there along the way with me telling me, you're doing great, you're doing great. I see you, I hear you. They're doing great. They're doing fine. And it's not because I'm just so special, it's because I have purpose and I know it and I'm walking in it. Most definitely. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, I started to think. I wish you all the best. I wish you so much. I wish you the best too. I wish you so much love, so much happiness. I wish you so much positivity, and I'm definitely gonna keep my head up until we see each other again. You gotta come by the Lions Den again, okay? You got to come back by the Lions Den. You see, Lions, that's what it's about. You see, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I'm sitting here looking at the comments, looking at her comments, reading them and stuff. It's the strong spiritual conviction for me, y'all. It's the strong spiritual conviction. I mean, what she say? She said it's a strong conviction. It's a strong conviction, yeah. A strong conviction in my voice. When I get old, I'm gonna be like Morgan Freeman. I'm gonna have one of them voices. They gonna call me to do stuff like that. Watch, mark my words. I'm telling y'all. Mark my words. One of those Maya Angelou voices. You know, I have one of those voices that will be remembered. You know, just for my tone and how I, carry myself. It's Morgan Freeman, Maya Angelou type vibe. So I really want to give a major shout out to I Stutter to Think. And all my lions in the den, all the new lions in the den. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Keep it hot, keep it spicy. Avant-toi, and I'll see you on the flip side. If you have not ordered Ain't No Lover Boy FR, go ahead and order it. All right, we doing big things. Do not forget that bigger is coming. 01/07/26. That's right, I said it. 01/07/26. But 12/12/25, we gonna wild out. I love y'all, lions. Stay safe.